Hello, everybody. My name's Anthony, and I'm here from Healy Teach, and this is my first live. How's everybody doing today? So I'm very excited to do this because I've been wanting to do it for a while, and we just started doing some of these about a week or two ago on the Healy Teach for the our food channel, as you've seen some of them and hear me talking in the background, probably. So I'm hoping my volume is working because I really, oh, now I'm seeing it blink. Okay, volume's working. So it looks like I have a picture and it's going. So why I'm doing this one today is because I'm finishing up about a 9 um, uh, episode podcast um, on depression with difficult days. And I just did the last one. I haven't uploaded those yet, but I think number 8 will be coming out this week and number 9 the following week. And the other thing is, so I started to think about what would be next here. So there's going to be a couple things. One of them is this uh, journey to journaling is what we're going to do because I started to think about it and I really started to think, what I've been doing is I have notebooks galore around me here. Here's another one that I have right in front of me I'm looking at, and I started to think about it and what has brought me to today and how I've gotten through so much in my life. And one of the things is journaling. Because one of the things that I've learned from this is that it will always be with you. You will always have your journal. You can take it with you. You can write it in every night. You can write it in it every other night or whenever you feel like it. But it's always available for you to write in, and you always have a place to go to empty out and kind of discuss with yourself because it's about getting things out of you. If you're angry at somebody or somebody's disagreeing with you on something that you have strong feelings about, you can decide to change that or write your ideas about what you want to say to that person the next time you see them. So that way, you kind of work it out a little bit, because for me, sometimes I know I kind of do blurt things out once in a while. And so maybe it's not the best thing to do, but it's the way I do things sometimes. But so anyway, I started looking at some one of these journals, and so what I want to do is probably pick a time once a week that I'm going to do this for about 15 minutes to start with, and just allow people to listen or whatever. If they want to give comments, they can. Um, so, you know, like I said, I what I didn't say yet is that I've been taking or writing in journals for 40 years. And that's what also prompted me to do this because I have boxes of them around me here. And I was going to dump a bunch of them. And then I thought, you know what? I started looking at them and I started to see reoccurring themes myself, stuff that I've been writing. And I thought, you know what? People need to know about that. People need to know that it's not just about writing it down and getting it out of you. It's another way to look and evaluate yourself on your own terms in your own way and without anyone else judging you or, having any ideas about what you're talking about. Doesn't matter. What matters is what you write in there about you or what you're feeling, because that's what this is about. It's about connecting, feeling your feelings and allowing them to come out in whatever way they want to on paper. And who doesn't want to do that? And I guess that's where, years and years ago, they used to write diaries. And so, and people still do. But And today's just a different format because we call it journaling. But whether you do it in the morning, at night, during the day, during the evening, before you go to bed, middle of the day, whenever you feel you have time is when you should be doing it, right? So, you know, I started looking at this because I started to think, this is so real because this is just a few years back. And, you know, I had just had surgery in December around the 11th or 12th, I think. This is in 2018, and now it's January 19. And, so I was trying to figure out where I was at and how I was going to go back to work and this and that. Um, I had just had prostate cancer surgery, and this is exactly what I wrote here. I can only take one day at a time. I'm not sure how to take um, that letter. It must have been some letter that I got, and I hope that I don't get another invoice like that or another bill. Because what was happening is I started getting all these different bills. When anytime you go to a hospital, and especially if you've been to UCLA or any of these other ones, they all want to start sending bills for all kinds of things, whether you had them done or not. Um, so, um, so I'm realizing that I know something's normal out there, and there is ways to support myself. It makes no sense to get into what other people say, do, or I mean, if you're disagreeing with somebody, then it does, and you can write that down in your journal. Um, so the other thing is I wrote in here is about taking care of my health and how I was going to get back to getting strong again. And so that's what this is about. And working out 3 times a week, doing what I can do, helping other men understand this diagnosis, um, and create support, which is what I did at that time. So I was doing moderating of a group for, at the time, it was called Us Two. Now it has changed and it is called Zero, Zero Prostate Cancer Support Group. And they have, maybe over 100 of them now. Um, but one of them is an LGBT group. So I just wanted people to know about that. And, because there is a lot of things to go through when you're going through something like that. Um, so it's just about learning all these things, and really everything changes day to day is one thing that you realize. And how you felt one day, you're going to probably feel totally different the next, um, with how you feel, with how your surgery is healing, um, when they want you to go for more blood tests. And then it seems like ever since then, I still have to go every 3 months, but over at that point, maybe it was about every, I don't know, once a month. But so, yeah, I'm talking about getting focused about my health, creating a new way of life for myself and family, and to be more liberal and free in doing whatever I want in the moment to create joy, because really it's about joy. Um, and so it's about, for me, it was about wanting to create a class or a support group or something. But I ended up just doing the thing that was easiest for me to do, which was to be moderator of the Zero YouTube group, not YouTube, Zero support group that was sponsored by them, and it was on Zoom. It was on Zoom. So, that was good because everybody can, join in, and but we had people from all over the country, and so that's why that was a good group. And that group is still going because it's been a couple years since I have left it. Um, Not totally, but I go back once in a while and check in. But there are 2 other, men who took it over, and they are continuing it. So so the work that I did really did pay off eventually. I did it for, like, 5 years because I needed it. That is why I did it, because I wanted the group. I couldn't find, uh, prostate cancer groups here for men in Las Vegas, where we live, and so I decided that that was the best thing to do, and I didn't have to go traveling anywhere or, you know, make appointments to do these things and all these other ideas that I thought about. But, you know, so yeah, life does change, and what I also wrote in here, it's about creating a new way of life for myself and family, and to take it one day at a time and do what you can do in the moment. And, because a lot of my life was spent in healing, the last 10 to 12 years have been in nursing, actually, maybe more, probably like 14 years of nursing and healing with massage, Reiki, shamanic healing, and working with Akashic records. So I've done a lot of different things. And what I realize is, you know, it's very good to do all these things. But you know what happens? When you go into trauma and your body goes into trauma, it's like it all goes away. Everything, you forget everything you know. And I like what I was talking to my friend, and she said, you know what? It sounds like I'll never forget this because I like this. She said, it just sounds like you're emotionally constipated. And I thought, that's perfect, because that's what it was. Because I felt like I couldn't move, I couldn't process right, and things like that. But the more I did go to other groups, talk to other men, and listen to doctors and hear all these stories, the more I realized that, there was support and I was creating it, and there was a lot of groups already that I could tap into. Whether they were LGBT or not, it didn't matter. Um, then what I also realized is that thing about, once you have cancer, you're kind of on this trajectory of getting these diagnoses every couple of months as far as blood tests, checking your blood tests, looking at the numbers. Is this up? Is that up? You know, and they kind of watch you very closely. So, I have to say that it's 6 years later and I am still going for blood tests, which I probably have to go for another one not too long from now. And so that's what I have to say about it. And that's why I want to do it or talk about it, because I think what's really important for me is that the more you go over this stuff and you write it down, the more you'll have a day when you'll be able to come back and look at this and say, oh, yeah, that's how I was feeling that day. Um, because at that point, I was not very accepting of this whole thing. I was not happy with any of it. It says in this one here, I accept this process of change. I don't know about that. I look forward to finding my way through this dark time in my life. It has pushed me into new limits in in ways I never thought I would have to deal with. But guess what? It's making me stronger and resilient. And I may be tired, but I'm not defeated. So whatever's next, I know it will be good and I'll be up for the challenge. So, I mean, this is the stuff I was writing. So it's important for me to read that today because I'm reading this for the first time in a long time because I forgot I had all of these things from that first 6 months. I was writing stuff all the time. And I think it's really important for people to do that because it helps them look back on their journey, whether you're advancing in your care or whether things are coming up that you have to deal with. It's a way that you can work with yourself and kind of process it for yourself before you even talk to a doctor about it or talk to a family member or you know, just decide what you want to do next. And then just sometimes just taking time to do nothing or take a day off and go for a walk and do nothing. Um, Go watch a movie, watch, do some exercise, because that's what they all kept telling me. And it does work, but, you know, if you're feeling good enough to do it, that's the other thing. Sometimes you're not feeling well enough to do exercise, so you do the basic of whatever you can do. Maybe it's stretching, maybe it's 5 minutes on the floor doing some kind of stretching or Kegel exercises because the urologist gave it to you. So, I guess I have no time or no problem filling up 15 minutes with this. So what I'm realizing is that 15 minutes is nowhere near enough. But anyway, it's a start. So if anyone saw this and liked it, um, please subscribe to our channel. And I will be doing more of these probably midday. I'm not sure what time, what days yet, but I'm just kind of looking at how I want to plan it. And anyway, so that's why it's called live. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. See you in the next journey through journaling and learning. This is Anthony. Thanks.